Hey guys, John here. So I've had full self-driving beta software in my car for exactly 1 week. I will say that they definitely need safe and cautious drivers to be testing this software out on the roads. It is not in a finished form and it is improving little by little over time. I'm excited to be able to witness that firsthand here moving forward, but I will say that in this past week, overall, it's kind of been up and down. It's had some really great moments, then it's had some very bad moments. It's not as useful as I originally thought, but I'm eager to kind of provide that feedback to help improve the system. One thing that was very surprising to me is that the car went through multiple areas, actually the same area multiple times throughout the week, and it would make the same mistake. And that to me was very disappointing. I thought the car had enough intelligence to correct itself. Maybe not in real time, but over the course of maybe 2 days or 3 days, I thought it would try something different or do something better. But it continued to fail in the same locations, so that to me was a big letdown. What really got me excited about full self-driving in the first place was in September 2020 at the Battery Day event when Elon Musk laid out exactly what was involved and how it was taking place.
But because we had to rewrite everything, labeling software, the entire code base, it took us quite a while, and the sort of new I call it like 4D in the sense that it's 3 dimensions plus time. It's just taken us a while to rewrite everything, and so you'll see what it's like. It's amazing. Yeah, it's clearly going to work.
And another aspect that I'm really looking forward to is hopefully later this year, they're going to release version 11 of full self-driving beta, potentially in the next coming week or two, and that will include a single stack. Elon Musk tweeted a little bit about this by saying, yeah, responding to somebody asking the question of whether that would be implemented. Basically what that is, so today there's a stack for highway driving and there's a stack for side street driving. In the future, those will be combined and into one stack, and that will be kind of seamless. That's where things will really start to take off, but that's a very, very difficult challenge to do. We'll see how everything pans out. The things that have impressed me the most have been getting in and out of different parking lots. It's amazing to me how it can map and see things inside a parking lot so well. It's just certain streets and lights and situations, and the full beam lights when they turn on. Someone commented bright lights, so in America they call them brights, and the UK they call them something else. I think the UK people or the British people are crazy because they call flashlights torches, but hey, that's another story. Overall, the way that those behave cannot be controlled, as I found out in the settings. So the auto beam will turn on and off, the high beam rather will turn on and off depending on when it needs to, and that's required by the full self-driving software. So I thought I could control that, but evidently it's not possible. Another thing that has been slightly annoying for me is that when I put in a destination, oftentimes the car will have a mind of its own and kind of take whatever path it feels to get to that destination. It will map it out, sometimes using incorrect GPS data, other times taking a tollway when it's completely not necessary, and other situations where it just flat out gets the path wrong or it's not the right path that you want to take. So for me, having to reroute multiple times for my commute, as an example, it's just not really practical. However, I am going to be testing it out on a regular basis because it's fun. It's still very interesting to me, and it provides a lot of different opportunity to help improve the system. So here's an example where full self-driving beta simply failed. It was going through a intersection, went through a yellow light, and then the light changed to red, and the car proceeded to slow down almost to a complete stop. The car in back of me wasn't too close, so I let it do its thing, but it definitely didn't perform the way it should have, and I was quite frankly very disappointed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the car, I'm in a Target parking lot right now. I'm going to take it from Target all the way over to Meyer, and what it's going to involve is some very difficult left turns, some very difficult merging, and a lot of interesting situations with traffic. So here we go. Like I said, I'm in the Target parking lot and I am in park. So the first thing I'm going to do is put it into drive, and it sees the cars around me and it's mapping out these red perimeters for the edges of the parking lot. And right now you can see the steering wheel icon does come on. And what I need to do is dial in a new destination. So I'm going to type in Meyer. This is actually in Rolling Meadows, which is where the supercharger is. Tesla in the Midwest here gravitates toward a lot of the Meyer stores for superchargers. So I'm going to go ahead and dial this in. It's 2.9 miles away. And again, we're going to have some very tricky challenges here along the way. So we are all set. It is dialed in. And the tentacle is going left, which is exactly the way we want to go. So here we go. Double tap down. Please keep your hands on the wheel. All right. And the wheels, the mirrors, the side mirrors just folded in and then came right back out. It was very close to the cart rack there. Okay, now it has to take a hard left turn here. This is very tricky. Okay, here come some pedestrians. Okay, you can see them on the screen. There's the two people walking. And it's got to come up to this stop sign, make a quick left, get it all the way in the right lane, and then make a right. So this is a very, very challenging. Oh, it's actually, you know what? It's actually routing us. Yes, no, it's doing it right. So now this car is trying to wonder. See, now here I have to take over. So actually, I did not take over. I tried to take over. It actually smoothly got out of there. That surprised me. I never would have driven like that. I kind of stay in the right in the lanes you're supposed to stay in, but the car just. Okay, so now it's going to turn right here at this light. Hopefully, it stops all the way. So I did have to step on the accelerator, so there was an intervention there, but I did not jerk it out of the full self-driving mode. Okay, so here it is creeping up. It is clear to go. There are no cars coming, so it is safe to go. Now I'm not stepping on anything. The car just did everything all on its own. So now what it needs to do here is very quickly get all the way in the left lane, and it should already be changing lanes, but it's not. So this is not good. It has to really get over here. This is what it missed the first time. So what I really want to see is how well it improves over time. I'm not going to interject here. It is in the far right lane, which is incorrect. So as you can see, it's going to come up here and it's got to get all the way to the left. And it really should have taken the opportunity right there to get into the middle lane at least, because you have to jump across then not only 3 but 4 lanes coming up here. So it is really on the edge of not doing it again. And this is something that I'm very, very curious to see again, how it improves over time. So it's going to be exciting to witness that improvement. I hope it really does improve. Okay, so left blinker should be on now. Should be on, really needs to be on. Okay, so there's a tight gap between these two cars here. So as you can see, we haven't even tried to get in the left lane yet. So let's hope that it turns it on right now. It better start doing it. Come on. This is really, really stressful for me, because now I'm gonna have to be that jerk that swerves across 4 lanes of traffic. Okay, so I am gonna have to take over here, and I'm gonna let it go just a little bit more. Come on, go left, get in the left lane. There's lots of cars coming behind me. Come on, go, go, go. All right, so it is totally not making any moves whatsoever. Okay, now finally it's getting in the left lane. Okay, there's 1 lane. Now it's got to get over to the next lane. Okay, really, really risking it on the timing here. Okay, now it's getting in the left lane, changing lanes to follow route. Yeah, now it's got to change yet again another lane. Whoa, that was 2 lanes changed right there in the moment. Okay, it got in here. Now, really need to be in that far left lane, because it's going to be a hard merge onto this highway up here, and you need to stay in the left. Actually, you know what? It's not. It's having me stay on this frontage road. That's interesting. So that's maybe something I missed the last time. This is the correct lane to be in if we're going to take this frontage road instead of the highway. The highway, I can force it. There again, it said, please pay attention to the road. The highway, I think it makes it a lot more interesting, but we can interject and take the highway. But I'd really like to see how this does all by itself here first. So what I'm realizing right now is that it's actually going to take another route, which makes it a lot easier for the car. So I'm going to cancel out of this and get to the route that I had taken the previous time. This will make it a lot more interesting for everybody here. So as you can see here, it is viewing these two motorcycles right in front of us. And the car is trying to go right. It's trying to follow the previous path. I'm going to cancel out of there. So I'm in manual drive mode right now. Okay, so it has rerouted to the correct location now. This is the route that I had wanted to test here. So I'm going to turn it on, and this is going to be interesting because we have some construction coming up here. I'm forcing into the right lane, knowing that we have to turn right here very, very soon. And let's see, it actually needs to get on the right lane again, and it's not doing it. Okay, so it's going to cross over this white line, very late turning here, and it's going to go ahead. Okay, there is a car behind me, and it's going to push forward. Okay, good. That was not bad. Okay, changing lanes rather quickly. It changed lanes there. Not sure why. No. Ooh. See, now it just tried to get in the far left to make a left there, this light, but that is not correct. It corrected itself, but that was interesting to me. Okay, and then we are going to have to get in the right lane. And some construction coming up here. Okay, so slowing down. Okay, nicely done. Following the lines here. Braking for caution. All right, and here we are, Algonquin Road. So we need to go right here. Okay, this is going to be tricky, so it's hard for me to see on the left. It really needs to creep out. Autopilot creeping forward, checking for visibility. Okay, it's not creeping. I think it's trying to creep. So we're on a little bit of a slant going up. And I'm seeing right now is probably a good time to go. Yes, okay, it's going. It did everything all by itself there. Okay. Now with the previous version of autopilot, what would happen is if it was on the highway and it was next to these cones, it would get over away from the cones. But I'm not observing that behavior here on the side streets. Changing lanes to follow route. This is what confuses me because it definitely does not need to be in the left lane because it's going to be turning right next. Really slowing down for this car. Wasn't sure what they were going to do. That was extra cautious. I like it. That was very good. Okay, now this is the really, really interesting thing for me. So it's a very challenging maneuver. What it's going to have to do here is when it gets to Gulf Road, it's going to have to turn right, and then it's going to have to jut across 3 or 4 lanes of traffic, or lanes, to get into the left turn lane to turn into Meyer. So we're going to see if it can handle it. And once again, I'm surprised that it doesn't get over into the lane you're trying to go in much earlier. That is a recurring issue that I'm noticing. Something that it needs improvement. Okay, any time now would be a good time to get into the right. Let's see if it can do this here. So it really needs to get in the right lane. And if there's heavier traffic, I'd be much more concerned, but there's not too many people behind me at the moment. Someone now is coming up in the right lane. You might be able to see them here. Okay, so now it's turning into the right lane. Okay, so it's gonna cut right in front of the person behind me. Beautiful. That was being sarcastic, by the way. Okay, so if I were driving, I would kind of try to get into this small gap here. Just a little bit. I'd kind of try to wedge my way up into there. All right. So I'm going to let it do its thing here. I'm not going to intervene here. Okay, good, good, good. Ooh, it's staying way on the right. This is what it did last time. So now it needs to get over 4 lanes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go, go. 1, 2, Yep, come on. 2. Ooh, 2 and 3. It likes to cut across 2 lanes at a time. Okay, now they're saying go ahead. So I had to intervene. I don't want to be rude. And whoa, almost clipped the side of the road there. So I had to push it forward. That car was not willing to wait for my self-driving car. There was some braking there. It seems to be looking for this intersection. It's confused as to what to do here. So, and then turning into the parking lot. So here's where it gets really jerky. This is exactly what happened last time. Watch what the steering wheel does. Steering wheel's all over the place. Not sure. It's very, look at this. Very, very, very jerky. Very, very, very jerky. Okay, stopping in the intersection. That was not cool. Okay, that was a little bit nerve-wracking. There's nobody behind us, so under no circumstances would I allow the car to stop in the middle of an intersection if there's somebody behind us. So the rest of this drive is very straightforward. It's just a lot of lights, a lot of traffic lights. I don't anticipate any difficulties. I will say that was a very relaxing drive for me. It was enjoyable, I will say. I got a little bit sleepy, to be honest with you. That was a little bit of a longer drive than I thought with all the traffic lights, but it was still a very enjoyable drive. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.